Hello everybody. Anybody new to my videos, my name is Jeff. Welcome to my little machine shop here. Been about a week and a half. I had a lot of work to get caught up on, and I did. And you can look in the corner back there and you can see it. There's a lot of, ooh, wrong way. I'll never get used to the thumbs. Let's take a look at this. There's the aluminum. That was up to that clamp kit, that red clamp kit you see. And I squashed it down yesterday. There's definitely some steel in there. You can see the color right there. We are ready to do part 9. The receiver's in the mill. I got my 3/8, brand new 3/8 high-speed steel MO in place. We're zeroed. I made a left-hand thread protector for my threads here because I don't want to ding them. They get dinged, and that's going to cause me some grief. And we're going to hit on doing a right-hand 18 TPI thread on this next AR-15 upper receiver that I'm doing basically just to show you guys how to do a right-hand thread on this lathe. I came up with a way of doing it. I really like that left-handed thread and making the left-handed barrel knife. It was just too easy. It was easy and fast. But I'm going to show you how to do the right-handed thread. It's going to take 2 different threading operations. I'm not going to go into it right now. There's 2 different threading operations that we'll have to do in order to accomplish this on this lathe. Again, this lathe, you can't chase the thread from the opposite side of the chuck, opposite side of the center line of the spindle, from left to right, using an upside down tool. There's not enough clearance, or not enough travel, excuse me. But I found out, I came up with a way of doing this with precision. And again, it's going to take 2 threading operations. I'll throw it in. We're going to use a threading tool first. We're going to chase 3 or 4 threads. We'll tool out, finish them up, but we're not going to run all the way up to the wall. We're going to run the thread halfway. Then at that point, we'll have enough threads started where an 18 TPI die will precisionally follow those threads, and we'll finish cutting all the way up to the wall. And how you do that, you take the die and you turn it around backwards, where you don't have the starting threads, and you just have the straight, and you can run it all the way up into the small undercut right here. I will show you how to do that when we do this next receiver. I'm doing this next receiver solely so I can show you this. I didn't touch on that in the last video, but that was why I wanted to do another receiver, because I figured out a way of doing it and getting it done precision. And if you're hell bent on doing a right hand thread, well, you can do it on a lathe that doesn't have to travel like my lathe. And a lot of lathes don't do that. I know it's been hit on in other videos on YouTube about chasing threads on the opposite side of the spindle center line with upside down tool. But what I haven't seen hit on was the fact that not all lathes will do that. So that is how this is. And I think a lot of people assume that all lathes will do that, and that's not true at all. I mean, you have to have you need bigger lathes that are capable of doing way more. And that's where this goes. On smaller lathes, I do know that Precision Matthews makes a small lathe that has T-slot channels, T-slots cut in the cross slot, and tool posts will travel in those T-slots left to right. And I don't have that on this lathe. Most lathes do not have that. But on a little lathe like that, you could. I don't never used one of those little lathes, but knowing that they have those T-slots in there, I would say you probably could get away with turning on the opposite side of the center line of the spindle. So, anyways, all the tooling has shown up. We have all that. Me and this thumb button, it's terrible. I'm just awful at it. It's always backwards when I turn the camera on and off. It always defaults. But anyways, all our tooling's here. They sent us a wrong ball end mill, and I actually owned a brand new ball end mill the same size they sent me. I'm not sure how this happened, but they did send me the wrong end mill. So I sent it back. That was a $30 little carbide end mill, and I got the right one. Right now we're set up in the mill with a 3/8 high-speed steel. So we're set up. I did the zeros already. I'm already in. Like I said, I got my thread protector now made for these, so I can do more. So here's our brand new end mill. We're 0 to the top. we're zeroed to this side, and we're zeroed to the front. So I'm ready to cut a channel. So let's get busy on part 9. Oh, I put near 25 pounds on. I mean, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you looked in my other videos, but all my shirts are now getting tight. My belt is 3 belt holes bigger. My face is starting to fill in a little bit. When I was diagnosed terminal with pulmonary fibrosis, I weighed 153 pounds. I had lost near 50 pounds. And when I went back in December, I'd only put a pound on. I was 154 and a half. And this was a huge concern. I mean, big concern. Well, since December to now, I put near, I think I'm averaging rate at 24 pounds. So I put 24 pounds on. There's no question. You can look, I got a belly. I got a belly. And that was gone. No, I'm a little happy about the weight being put on, and it's continuing. So we found a way of getting it done. And lots of lava cakes, by the way. You eat them chocolate lava cakes, you're going to put some weight on. So I have. Just trying to keep my calories up. But we're moving forward here. As you can see, I'm still not on oxygen in here. It's hard to breathe, though. I mean, it's definitely getting worse. But I'm hanging in there. And we're going to make it. So anyways, I hit on the 18T by thread. Did I just, oh wow, I'm so sorry about that. I hit the remote here. Let's get it back. There we go. All right, anyways, we hit on the 18 TPI thread. Let's see. Mills all in, thread protector. Oh, I'm gonna try to remember to start putting links in the tool in my description for y'all. I've had a couple people mention that. And that's for setting up this mill. I'm not going to take my mill apart and show you all this, because this was a lot of work doing that. You do it before you set a mill up is the best way to do it. You can do it after you set it up, but you're going to need your engine hoist, because you're going to have to take the column off. Shimming the column, that's going to be the next thing after the stoning you're going to have to do on a column mill. To get the tram and get them to cut flat, you got your X and Y and your Z. All that's got to come together to get your machine to cut flat. Well, on a column mill, the only way to adjust the machine on the column is to shim the column. So you're going to have to shim your column. You're going to have to start with an indicator, and it's a lot of work. But once it's done, you'll be very happy with the kind of work that's coming off your mill. After all the work I put into this mill, the last thing I'm going to do is take it apart and have to re-tram everything. Once you put in all that work into tramming your mill, you're going to be gentle on your mill so you don't knock the tram out. And until I knock the tram out on this mill, I'm not touching it. I am not loosening one bolt. I'm not doing one thing to that mill until the tram's knocked out. I will explain this. If you have questions, you can email me. My email is in the description of all my videos. So let's get started on part 9. We're ready to cut a raceway, charging handle raceway, and our channel for where the gas tube on the bolt carrier rides is gas tube. And I have a 308 charging handle right here. So this is what we're going to get done, is that channel to allow that this right here to ride up in. And here's the channel right there. So we're going to cut that today. Like I said, the 3/8 is in there. It's already set up. We're already zeroed. Let's get busy on part 9. Okay. Got our print here. So there's our channel. We're going to cut right down the center. It's 435 wide. We've already made our 1/2 inch access holes. And that's so the C-slot cutter can actually access, and we got to move over right and left and cut our channel for our charging handle. 435 wide. We got a 375 brand new high-speed steel end mill. We're going to plunge down into 1657 depth, and then once we get to that depth, then we'll go right, finish our dimension to the right side of the receiver, and we'll come back to the left. And this is all going to be on the Y. and we'll cut in the length on the X. But the travel will be done on the Y to get our 435 width. One of my viewers had mentioned, once you use this particular size end mill, why, you know, well, because I'd have to buy another end mill. I own this one. You're still going to have to make additional passes either way, and these passes aren't big enough to where I'm going to have to make more. I would still have to make the same number of passes. So I'm using the 3/8. I believe he was referring to a 13/32 end mill, which was super close to our dimension, but still wasn't what we needed. We're still going to have to make additional passes. I can make a 10,000ths pass just as easy as I can make a 20,000ths. So it didn't really save me any time by spending another $30 on another end mill. So we're going to use what we have, and we're going to get this done. I was going to use the GoPro. The GoPro mount's right here. And then I went to figure out how to do time-lapse on it this morning, and just to find out that I can't do time-lapse with it. So I can't use my GoPro and get close-up shots here and time-lapse them. This is something, if I did it in normal speed, it would take, these videos would be hours long. So we can't do it. I'm doing it with the camera. I'm just going to kind of set it right here and try to get a downward view here. Until I get the funds to get better video equipment. I'm always working with what I have here. So let's get busy on part 9. And first of all, again, we're going to plunge to 1657 depth. That's our finished depth to get our bottom of our channel. Then we'll go on the Y-axis. We'll move over to the back side of the receiver, and we'll finish cutting our width. Then we'll come back over to the front side of the receiver on this side, and then we'll finish cutting our width to 435. Let's get busy, my good people. And here's my puppy dog. They followed me in because I have a sandwich. There's Millie. She's 1 year old. She is 90% pitty with her little Mustang socks. Mustang horse, that is. And there's Harris. Harris is 3. There's my puppy dogs. Yeah, I gotta keep the floor real clean when they're in here so they don't get splinters. Yeah, I call Millie here my little grizzly bear. But I had a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich, and they followed me in here because they wanted their bite, and they got their bite. And I'm ready to get back on this milling machine. It's sitting here running right now. So let me get this camera set up, and let's get on this channel. Okay, let's do, let me zoom in here a little. There we go. So I'm going to do this first cut in regular speed before we do time lapse. We can show you. So I see where I'm at here. So at 1.193 deep, and I'm spinning around 800. So let's do a pass. And then trying to do this around this camera. This thing with the GoPro really upsets me. I really need to do that. So we're cutting. We're just going to run up in here to that other 1/2 inch access point. Nice end mill. Cutting really nice. So we're going to run up to this other 1/2 inch access point. Cutting really, really sweet. And then we're going to do the rest in time lapse. Okay? So nothing difficult here. We're just cutting the channel. Just cutting really sweet, man. This is nice. Nice chips. Nice chips coming off. Okay, we're approaching our 1/2 inch access. We're hitting it right now. And we're in it. Let me get the air and clean this up a little bit. And then we're going to do the rest on time lapse. You guys can see this. Right there's our access hole. See, I don't even have to look at dimensions. I'm just going from access hole to access hole. Okay, we just did our depth. Our depth is done. Now we got to move over. Let me turn this one light off. May help a little bit. Okay. So there's our channel. The length of it's done. Our depth is done. Now we got to move over 20 thousandths in each direction and cut one pass on each side, and that channel's done. And then we got to get that T-slot cutter going. Let's get busy again. Okay, our slot's cut. I don't know if you guys how well you can see it. No, yeah, there we go. That's a little better. There you go. So that slot's cut. And remember, we're going to do back here with a broach. I can come in and cut a little bit right here. I might just do that right now and get it done. But then we're going to drop the T-slot cutter in, and we're going to cut our raceway for the charging handle. And then we're going to call this part 9. So let's get busy on this. Get moving. Okay, I took the 3/8 end mill out. Our channel's cut like you just saw me finish. And I went ahead and cut here too. So that's what we're going to take out with the broach right here. That's going to be done. I might do that in the next video. I'm not sure yet. You can see right here where I touched that. It's not hateful. It's just marked, just surface marks. We can clean that up with Scotch-Brite. But we have our ball end mill in. It's a 2 flute. I couldn't get a 4 flute in time, cost-effective wise, so I went with the 2 flute. Our pocket's 925 wide. It's 300 deep where our radius is going to end. So I'm already at 300 deep. I touched off the top with my brass shim stock like I always do. Zeroed here, moved back to center. We plunged in 300 deep, and we're going to go 212. I'm going to show you. I got these numbers on the board over there for the end mills that are all being used in here. We move over with a 1/2 inch end mill. The pocket's 925 wide. We're moving over 212 and a half. Excuse me. Oh God, excuse me. Fibrosis showing his face. Oh Lord. Okay, so I got to move over. Oh, again, excuse me. I'm not going to reshoot this. I got to move over 212 and a half in each direction and cut this radius down to these 250 radiuses here. So let me get rolling on this. I'm gonna do this in time lapse. Okay, we just finished cutting our radiuses. I'm going to just pick this up a little bit and see if I can't, still on tripod. So let's see if we can't see this. So, yep, that was me. So our radiuses are cut right here. So you can see them right there. So we're going to go down with a T-slot cutter. Then we're going to do our last operation for today. Get this video finished up. Sorry about the video not being up close. I was trying to do something about that, but I'm still stuck where I'm stuck. So we've made pretty good progress today. Now I want to get that T-slot cutter and get down in here and get that raceway cut, and that'll be out of the way. Both sides are done here. Now right back here in these 500, actually 250 radiuses or 500 M mills that I used to cut that, I made about a 10,000th error. And not going to hurt nothing, but I did make a small error. It was in my math. I did it in my head, and I shouldn't have. And oh well. But it won't hurt the function of it. But it is there. So every once in a while, I do make a mistake, and it's usually small. And it was small, very small. Doesn't affect function at all. So let's get busy on this T-slot. Well, we have a T-slot cutter in. And we're going to go down. Our depth is 1.465. That's where the charging handle groove is, the raceway. So we're going to go down to 1.65 depth through the 1/2 inch access in the front. And we're going to make one pass. This T-slot cutter is exactly the dimension. So we're going to plunge in, make one pass, and we're pretty much done doing the machining We'll do a little talking at the end of this, and we'll get this video up for y'all. We'll do it on time lapse and get this done. Let me see if we can get a better look at the T-slot cutter. So I'm still on the tripod here. I apologize. There you go. So it's in there. You can get a better look at it right there. So let's get busy. Let's get this done. My puppas want to play. My little girl, she just loves to play. So I got to get this done so I can spend some time with my dogs. So let's go time lapse. Okay, we just hit our finish number. It's 6402. Now I'm going to do let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit. Now just you can see the T cutter go back. And we're going to run it back, and you'll see the T cutter come up. Okay, so our charging handle raceway is in. Let me I'm trying to use this thumb button. You know how bad I am with it. There we go. Okay, let me take it off the tripod here real quick. It's just so difficult. Well, I gotta leave it there. So let's try this. Okay, I don't have a lot of clearance between the handle, the end of the mill here, and the tripod. So we'll run it up as far as we can. I might make it. But you can see the T-slot cutter in there. We're getting close to the tripod here, but so anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out, and we're ready to talk about this. So let me shut this down, and we'll get the T-slot cutter out, get this out of the place, and we'll finish this up. Well, we got it done in a timely fashion today. It didn't take all that long. A pretty simple cut. Basically, we were talking about width, dimensions, and depth. There's our radiuses right there cut. You can see them. All right. And our channel is cut. And our charging handle groove raceway is cut. Now remember, we got to go in here. I got a 1 inch. I've got to do a little modification to my broaching tool, and we're going to broach this out. We'll just make that quick. You can see that spot right there. It can't be accessed because of this. And I'm going to modify a broach. It's going to work just fine. And we're going to broach that out, and that slot will be completed. So got my thread protector on. It's coming out nice. It's coming out really nice. Oh, I made some errors. I made my first error on it. It didn't hurt nothing, but I made it. I know it's there, and it bothers me. Shit like this bothers me. I missed the corner by 10th thou right there. You can see a little step right there. Won't hurt nothing. Won't change the function of it, but it's there. And actually, I'm probably going to go in, run the mill down, and take that wall out, because these corners don't really play a lot of role in function at all. So I can actually open them up a little bit and get that step out. And I'll probably do that just to give myself a peace of mind. And so it looks better, visually looks better. But let's pull this up here in the light a little bit better. I just don't have the perfect setup for everything. But there's my radiuses cut. You see them? They turned out beautiful. Slide. This thing's coming along, people. It's coming along. We're getting there. It'll function. And at some point, we'll shoot it. It's not the aluminum I was chosen for this, but it's what we had. A really gracious guy sent me some material, and this is him. He made this happen. And a couple other people have helped me out along the way, and I appreciate everything from all you guys who have supported my channel here. And thank you very much, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't ever want to forget to say that. We're slowly moving on, you know, but we're going to keep on going with this. I'm enjoying myself doing videos with you all, and talking to people, emailing, making a lot of friends. I talk to people every night. Every single night I send emails back and forth and trying to help people out. Don't forget about the column mill. A gentleman emailed me the other night. And I already went over the stoning in the stoning video, and then the column about shimming it. This is what you do to this mill to get it right. This is all you do to it. So email me if you have any questions. And this little shop here proves highly skilled people can do more with less. And I'm a 100% believer in you can't help people who don't help themselves, and that's all I've been trying to do when I started this channel, was try to help myself. So that's what it all started out as, and I'm enjoying myself, like I said, and we're just going to keep on going. It's not helping me at all. YouTube's not allowing it. Well, we're not going to go into that. We're going to leave that alone. There's something coming from this, and they'll know about it here soon. But anyways, thank you very much for watching my videos. I'm breathing pretty good in here today, but with cool air. I got the air conditioner running. Humidity is 26% in here. So in this building, I run the air conditioner, the heat 24 hours a day. I don't let it get below 50 degrees at night when it's cold out. And it's all for humidity, because we got exposed metal everywhere. Exposed my tables, trucks, bedways. Bed's always covered in oil. My lathe, I keep my lathe freshly oiled all the time. Everything on the mill is oiled that should be oiled. I do it religiously. But my tables and stuff, I'll just wipe them down with a fine coat of oil, so the humidity doesn't get to them and cause rust. So anyways, we're moving on here. I'm going to try to remember to put links in for all the tooling I've had to purchase for this. There's been quite a bit of stuff I've had to buy. It hasn't been super expensive. I had some things and I had to get other things, but it hasn't added up to be terribly expensive, especially if you're going to do more than one. If you're going to do an upper receiver as a hobby thing, you're going to have to purchase some tools, and you're going to want to do more than one to make it worth it. Our prints were different in many ways. The depth of the T-slot cutter varied on these two prints. I came up with, there was a number off this print. Again, on this print, it had no direct dimension to the center of the T-slot, the raceway for the charging handle, the bottom or the top of it. So we had to take a couple different numbers here. And this print was 1.4065. That was to the center, so we could have added another 67.5 to it. And it was about 10 thousandths shorter, or less of depth to this print. I went with the dimension on this print. Oh, where is it? There it is right here. It can be difficult swallowing. It's just getting worse. And I coughed. I had a coughing episode in the video. I know you saw it. That's pulmonary fibrosis. But either way, I went with this number here. It's a direct dimension, and it was about 10 thousandths. Hold on, this one was 10 thousandths shallow to the other number. It wasn't as deep. So I went with this print here on that depth of the T-slot. Our depth of our channel, I believed I used this print here. I used this for the depth of the channel. Okay. And this basically shows you what we did in all the internal so far. So let's look at the numbers here real quick. I have some numbers here on the board. I got this camera hooked to a charger, so it might turn around nicely. So basically, these are the numbers I've worked with. Remember, in the video, I said we had to move over, when using a 500 mil, we had to move over 212.5 in each direction, which adds up to 925. So here you go. 500 mil, 212 equals 925. That's the width of the pocket. When we went into the corners here with the 250 end mill, a 125 radius. It was 3375 in each direction. So getting those numbers was fairly easy. We took our overall dimension and we minused our end mills diameters. We come up, then we divide them by 2, and there was our movement on the X and Y. This is just nothing but a basic quick diagram of the pocket, how we got our length of our pocket, where we zeroed, and the numbers we were looking for. Always end mill diameters always come into play. You always got to remove, if you have an overall dimension and you got a 500 end mill, you got to subtract that 500 end mill from that dimension. Okay, hold on. This damn camera. I'm just terrible with videos. Like I said, this is what I do over here. So anyways, I love y'all very much. I'm enjoying myself. This has helped keeping my mind off the pulmonary fibrosis. I've been doing pretty good. I had a few bad days here a few days ago. A lot of pain at night, sleeping on my back. Typical shit that's going. I gotta stop saying bad words. That wasn't a real terrible one, but machinist. Being in a machine shop or motorcycle shop, words tend to fly quite regularly between the men in shops. But anyways, well, but I'm dealing with the condition. We're approaching June. We're getting there, and my 58th birthday comes up in end of May. Yeah, it's going to be right about 23 days before I go in for this appointment for pulmonary. But anyways, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, please email me. All my information will be in the description. If you'd like to help support the channel, it'll be very appreciated. The information's there. We're going to keep moving forward here. I'm going to plan out the next video. I'm probably going to go ahead and get my broach modified. And we got to do some more work right up in here. And we got to do some more work down in here. When the bolt carrier moves forward, we have a rotation that occurs right here. Okay, see it? And there's a clearance. There's a clearance. This damn black thing is so hard to see. I don't know if we can see it. Let's see if we can see it with a flashlight. But right, see that? See that diameter right there? See that's the clearance cut. So that key can rotate. So we got to put that cut in. Not hard at all. It's just we go in the center, move over to where it belongs. I got a 5/8 brand new 5/8 high-speed steel end mill right here just for that cut. And we got to make that cut. And there's a couple more. Yeah. Well, that'll go along with that cut. And we'll get that done. And then we got to set up and cut we're going to open up our, our ejection port. That's going to be pretty easy. I'm going to use these I made a while back to hold it in a rotary table. This isn't hard to do at all. Now remember, I'm still squared. So I have perfect flats to work off of. If I want just to put angle plate it up and clamp it, I could do it that way and put the ejection port in. But I think I'm gonna do it on the rotary or the indexing fixture for y'all. And we come off, if I'm correct, we come off this axis here and we rotate 22 degrees and we cut our port. And we'll do that. So we got quite a bit of work yet to do. We still got to go back here and cut this in. That spot right there, that's where the charging handle goes up in. Then we got the work. It's quite a bit of work to do yet. Nothing terribly hard about any of this. If you have basic understanding of the machine, you take your time and ask questions. You can do this. Again, we're going to do that 18 TPI right-hand thread. I might even just do it on a piece of bar stock for y'all, show you how to do this. For people who have lathes similar to mine, where you can't go to the opposite side of the center line of the spindle and upside down tool cut thread, the right hand thread. I did the way I did it solely to make it easy on you, and this was terribly easy. It was extremely easy to do. But how we're going to do it next, we're going to use a threading tool on this side. We're going to cut in maybe half the threads in, pull the tool out, finish them, and then we're going to have enough so the die can go way up onto it, and then finish cutting the last few threads with a die. And we'll have a perfect outcome. Guaranteed. So, thank you all very much. I'm going out and I'm going to get something to eat, and I'm going to play with my dogs for a while. And I'm going to take it easy. Boy, I'm breathing pretty well today. And here I am. I mean, I'm not exerting myself, but I'm talking without running out of air. There's so many videos I did where I'm talking really fast, and that's a condition of pulmonary fibrosis. You try to get words in, and you get used to talking fast. And I'm not experiencing that at all. So we're doing pretty good. Sleeping all night. Not waking up. The pain's there, but I can get comfortable. You know, I can get off, make the pain go away by just moving. And so I'm doing pretty well, eating well, putting weight on, and I'm definitely putting the weight on. I'm just happy about that. I'm not big or nothing, but when you were as thin as 155, I'm 6'3". Before all my spine surgeries, I was 6'4". I'm actually about 6'2.5". So I lost 1.5 inches of my height after the spine surgeries. And yeah, so I've been through the ringer. So 155 pounds is average, you know, at 6'3", you're thin. And I'm only pushing 175 right now, so I still look like a rail, but I'm pretty happy. I can feel it everywhere. So thank everybody for hanging in there with me, and we'll get the next operation set up, and we'll see you in part 10. I hope you like part 9 here. Please like, share, and subscribe. See y'all later.